Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and today I'm going to talk about something a little different. It's still kind of related to media. It's still, I don't, I'm gonna just say, here you go. Many people know Adult Swim for its wild and reckless animation. From the violent and bloody to the almost hallucinogenic style of visuals, Adult Swim kind of really has it all in the animation department. But what people really don't talk about too often is the crazy live action that Adult Swim has in its showcase. Shows like Black Jesus, Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, Loiter Squad, and infomercials, to name a few. A lot of people know about these shows already, but I'm here to talk about the obscure stuff. So let's dive in and see what we got. Something about Adult Swim live action shows also is that it kind of reminds me of public access TV in a way. It has that weird, unfinished, kind of low production value that makes even the simplest, stupidest things hilarious. Jeez, I wish public access would just come back.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the live edition of Let's Paint, Exercise, and let's make blended drinks tonight, and we're taking your calls. All these wonderful things that we can do all at the same time.
Doesn't that just look amazing? Okay, so here's the first show that we're going to talk about today, and it is...
And now he's all of the moment. He's all of the moment.
In a quick summary, Saul of the Mole Man is basically a cheesy 70s sci-fi with some puppets, some crazy humor, and it's all based in an underground world. Saul, our main protagonist, is supposed to be the hero, but he's pretty much more like the cause of all the problems going on in the underworld right now. And as well as him, we have a robot called Robot, and we have Johnny Tambourine. That's pretty much the main cast of heroes that we have. And then you have the mole people, rock monsters, and even some birdmen in the show. So the look of the show is intentionally low budget, with the special effects being very wacky, very dated, and leaning into the realm of ridiculousness. So it's not like a sketch kind of show. It has a continuing story, and Saul is stuck down in the underground world for pretty much a whole season trying to escape the mole people, and he does want to restore order to the location as well, of course. And being a kid in the early 2000s trying to hide watching Family Guy and Robot Chicken from your parents on Adult Swim late at night, you would see the Saul of the Mole Man promo pop up pretty often. They really tried to push this show because of how interesting and intriguing it looked. It almost kind of has that effect of Halloween Town and Smart House for the Disney kids, because those promos played constantly, so you had to have known about it. Next up on the list, we got something that was a little obscure to me whenever I was a kid, just trying to understand what was happening on the TV screen in front of me. So I'ma just let this intro do the rest. I cut out some pieces of the intro. This is still pretty new to me. I'm not sure how YouTube works. Could be copyrighted, could be not. I don't know, not taking a chance. All right, next up on the list, we have Children's Hospital. And this looks like Grey's Anatomy with an Adult Swim clown twist. Yeah, those are words to put in a sentence together.
Lost another one, huh? So it takes more than the healing power of laughter to perform a successful operation.
Yeah, sometimes it takes actual medical procedure.
Sometimes.
The show Children's Hospital is a fast-paced and absurd look at the life inside of a hospital. It stars the main character, Dr. Blake Downs, the hospital's clown doctor. He believes that laughter can cure all diseases, and he's completely serious about that. The guy walks around the hospital in clown makeup trying to heal people while performing fake surgeries on them. So you can tell where the show takes its seriousness. And other than Dr. Downs, we also have characters like Dr. Cat Black and Dr. Glenn Ritchie. They're pretty hilariously bad doctors, making often more ridiculous decisions than beneficial ones. The hospital's really not about saving lives. It has that dramatic relationship, absurd plot twist kind of dynamic that a lot of these hospital shows have, but of course it has that hyper dramatic Adult Swim kind of tone to everything. The show truly doesn't have much of a plot. It's kind of just wall to wall jokes, some slapstick comedy, and a bunch of visual humor with its bizarre characters. It does all these things within a 10 to 12-minute episode, so the fact that they can cram all this drama and all these relationships and all these jokes in a hospital setting in about 10 minutes is kind of impressive, so, give them credit for something. If you're into parodies and you kind of like the hospital setting, then I think this is a pretty good show for you. Has a lot of twists and turns, plot twists, and good jokes, I'd say. So, yeah, check it out. Children's Hospital.
Things haven't been working out. And I just...
I'm breaking up with you. Beat you to it. Boom!
All right, and next up on the list, we probably have the most wholesome show that you could find on Adult Swim, and that is called Joe Pera Talks With You. In the wild world of Adult Swim, it's kind of hard to find something that's not wacky, wild, absurd, and completely visually stimulating in every way possible. The network gave us something that's almost like a gem hidden in the rough, and that's called Joe Pera Talks With You. Think of a Bob Ross type character giving you very smooth, calm, monotone commentary over things he does in his everyday life. The story of Joe Pera is that he is a middle school choir teacher living in Michigan while he's recording a TV show about his everyday life. He talks to you like he knows you, like a next door neighbor or like a relative almost. Just very simple, casual conversation in a very calm, soothing way, similar to a Bob Ross TV show, as I said before. It's just something unlike everything else, and it's a refreshing thing to see and to kind of watch at 3 a.m. for no reason. From the simplest things like going to the grocery store, how to cook beans, and even the best ways to spend your Sunday morning, Joe Pera finds a way to make all of these simple things feel meaningful. The show is very unique, and Joe breaking the fourth wall very often and speaking directly to the audience, which would be you. The show is kind of shot in a documentary style, and it really is just like the feeling of hanging out with a good friend. So with all the nonsense that goes on the Adult Swim channel, Joe Pera Talks With You is like a breath of fresh air. And if you want something calming, soothing, kind of like rain sounds to fall asleep to, then I think Joe Pera is your guy. This next one and the final one is going to be something that was literal nightmare fuel for me when I was growing up. Here it is. The Heart She Holler is one of the weirdest, most surreal looking, creepiest shows that I've ever seen on Adult Swim. The Heart She Holler is a southern gothic horror style soap opera. That's weird in itself. The show takes place in the town called The Heart. where a powerful deranged family falls into chaos when their long-lost brother Herlin comes back to take over. But he's not some long-lost sibling. He's been living in the wall for years. And when Herlin comes out of the wall, he's made the leader of the town of the Heart. And this whole show is kind of drenched with disturbing visuals, crazy plot twists, and a lot of dark humor.
Everybody thinks this job is so easy. You know how many documents you gotta falsify to become a registered doctor? And the workload. I got 3 accidental hysterectomies scheduled for later today. You gotta stay drunk and high all the time!
Okay, besides all the crazy visuals, this show can be pretty funny. But as for the town itself, the Heart, it's really not just a setting, it's almost like a character itself. Because the whole place is stuck in a time loop where everything feels so old and decayed and almost cursed in a way. And the secrets of the whole series were all the supernatural elements, and they'll all be unraveled as time goes on in the series.
Want to see me dance like a monkey, huh?
No, I just need gas.
Oh, now you're too good to watch me dance like a monkey, huh?
No. I watch you dance.
As the show goes on, you'll see Herlin's sisters, Hirsch and Ambrossia. You'll see the conflict between all the siblings play out in this fever-like dream of a show. You have somebody trying to take power, you have somebody who's scheming, you have somebody who has innocent, simple-minded fun out of everything. So you have all the dynamic characters you need to make this show completely over the top. Don't get me started on all the crazy visuals, edits, and filters they got. So if you remember this terrifying commercial when you were younger, then you'll know exactly what this show is. So if you're into something that's dark and completely outrageous that has a great surrealism to it, this show's kind of for you. So that's it, y'all. If you guys like the video, throw a like, that'd be appreciated. If you hated it, dislike it, go for it. Yeah, this was my second YouTube video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed talking about some of my favorite Adult Swim shows. And if you want to see another video, maybe like a part 2, let me know. Thank you guys for watching. Have a sick night.